Okay, so some members of Congress received a classified briefing on the mystery drones. Let's go over what they've had to say and see if we can figure all this out. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, yeah, after coming out of the briefing, here's what Senator Blumenthal, had to say.
We've received only minimal information, which leads me to believe that our federal government has no idea, no clue, no reliable information about these drones.
No reliable information about these drones. That was his impression coming out of it. Now, as for why they're having a classified meeting, if there's nothing to see here, here's what the Pentagon had to say.
Why does it have to be a classified briefing if these are just hobbyist drones, they're not military drones? Why is it a classified briefing on the Capitol Hill?
I'd have to refer you to Congress on that. Again, sharing as much information as we can here. I don't have the briefing in front of me, so I can't tell you specifically, what aspects are classified or not. I can assure you, though, that again, we are sharing as much information as we can.
Well, it's not a lot, is it? But did he actually stammer when answering that question? Yeah, caught out a little bit, right? Oh, that was funny. And here's New Jersey General Assembly Dawn Fantasia says, if there's nothing to be concerned about, well, let's just let her tell it in her own words.
If there is nothing to be concerned about in any capacity, why does it require a classified briefing of such to tell us they're hobby drones, they're airplanes? I call nonsense.
Yeah, me too, Don. Me too. This whole thing is nuts. This is from Jim Himes. This is this guy. Okay, yeah, here's what he had to say.
This was a classified briefing. What can you share, and are you satisfied with what you heard?
Yeah, thanks, Jake. It was a pretty comprehensive briefing, and I'm not sure that other than the details, much was classified. I'll tell you this, it was comprehensive in the sense that we had 28 representatives of the Department of Homeland Security, of the FBI, CIA, you name it, were there. And we established a few things. Number one, the chairman and I asked probably in 12 different ways, is any of this federal government operations? There's a lot of rumor out there that this is radiation sniffing or chemical sniffing. This is not a federal government operation. We're very, very confident of that. And then we asked a lot of questions poking at the conclusions that the federal government has offered up. And maybe conclusions is strong a word, but again, there remains no evidence that there is any unlawful unidentified drone activity out there. And most of the people who have expertise in sort of thinking about and watching and mitigating the threats from drones are saying, in as much as they've been able to actually look at specific events, most of them turn out to be regular aircraft. Yes, some drones, recreational, commercial. People are seeing stars. There's again no indication that there's any illegal activity or any particular danger or malign activity that is concerning that group of people.
It's all stars, guys. That's right. They're having a classified meeting because of stars. The stars are classified. Okay, yeah, and it's all lawful activity, which, of course, is why they have, Wright-Patterson Air Force shut down, right?
On Capitol Hill, members of the House Intelligence Committee meeting for a 3-hour classified briefing with top security officials from the FBI, CIA, and other agencies.
We got a lot of answers, but there's some unanswered questions. I think, quite frankly, the technology of drones has outpaced the law.
Intelligence officials insist there is no reason to suspect any threat to the public. This following a series of sightings near military sites from New Jersey to Ohio to Utah. The Pentagon now deploying additional counter-drone systems, including a so-called drone buster at 2 bases in the Northeast.
Essentially, emits a signal which is able to interrupt the signal on the drone.
And energy agencies knocking down news reports linking drone sightings to a small amount of medical-grade radioactive material that was temporarily lost in transit. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection issuing a statement to ABC News saying the material has been located, repackaged, and sent to the manufacturer.
Yeah, that was never a convincing story. I mean, these drones were in the UK, they were in Germany, they were all over. Clearly they weren't sniffing for nuclear material in the northeast of the U.S. But yeah, there you go. That's what the senators are saying, or some of them. Maybe we'll hear more as we go on. But it doesn't look like they got much out of the meeting. But no, of course, it's not just stars. It's not hobbyists. As Ryan Graves says, it's not just hobbyists mixed with foreign spying with hobbyist drones like the Vandenberg SFB arrest of a Chinese national or the unexplained Wright-Patterson AFB incident. The unidentified objects over Langley Air Force Base in Virginia were not affected by electronic countermeasures, and pilots sent to check it out could not lock on, as he told Joe Rogan. Meanwhile, the White House points to widespread misidentifications by civilians and says nothing nefarious to downplay the underlying gravity of a problem senators on intel and armed services like Marco Rubio and Gillibrand have been calling out for years. The stakes are much higher now. Once open, this door doesn't close. Why has this indifference lasted so long? But back to the point about could they be adversarial if they are over our military installations and even causing them to shut down, like at Wright-Patterson? That's actually a good question. Could they be considered hostile if they are actually interfering with our operations at our military installations? Could be. There are growing, calls to shoot them down. And there's, more incursions, yet more stuff at Wright-Patterson. More drones have been spotted at Wright-Patterson, according to Cleveland19.com. The most recent sightings happened late in the evening of December 16th and in the early morning of December 17th, according to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Officials say the drones seen on the 16th and 17th were in the area of and over Wright-Patterson Air Force's base, Area 1 and Area B. The number of systems has fluctuated, and they have ranged in sizes and configurations, Wright-Pat explained in a press release. This report comes several days after the Air Force Base had to shut down its airspace for around 4 hours due to drone incursions. So yeah, is that hostile? Is that not hostile? What is that? Anna Polina Luna is saying, what is our government hiding about these drones? Shoot them down. And you're seeing more and more calls to shoot these things down. And I can understand if, that is considered adversarial action, why people would want that. So what are these things? I think that, there's a few likely scenarios. If it's the UFO control group doing this, it's obviously a major flex. It's making a major point to somebody. Who is that, message directed to? Is it directed at the government? Possibly trying to get out ahead of some disclosure initiatives, saying, don't F with us, guys. We've got you by the short hairs. I think that's, a very likely scenario that this is, don't F with us message from the control group. Getting out ahead of, whether it's, Trump disclosing stuff or, Greer and his defectors disclosing stuff or whatever other avenue for disclosure there could be. I think that's, totally a likely scenario. It could also be the phenomenon. It could. The longer this goes on, the more anomalous it's seeming just by the length of time that it's been going on for and the scale of the operation. There's not much high strangeness associated with it, but that could be part of it, right? That there could be a reason for that, and the reason is the same reason why they're impersonating drones. This isn't a message. This is not a direct disclosure initiative by the phenomenon in this scenario. This would be a message to the government. And the message would be disclose or else. Or else I guess we'll disclose for you. But we're going to send these, drone things around and, forcing, news people to report on this, forcing Congress to get meetings on this, forcing a discussion of this topic. We're going to continue sending these drones around until you come out to the American people and the people of the world and say, we are not alone. And this is what we know about the phenomenon. So that's one possible scenario, right? And that's why there's no high strangeness associated with it, is because it's not overt. It is the phenomenon being subtle. Shutting down our Air Force bases is them being subtle, but it's not, in that scenario, it wouldn't be directed at the people as much as the powers that be, of saying this is your last chance to disclose, or we'll do it for you. It could also be because of the heightened tensions worldwide. Going closer and closer to World War III, this could be a message from the phenomenon to, hey, don't do that. We can shut down your military bases. We can do this. We can do that. Do not, do what you're thinking about. So it could be one of those two options from, the phenomenon. It could be others. Feel free to come up with your own reasons. Let me know your thoughts on that. It could be the control group either sending a message to the government that, hey, we've got you by the short hairs, don't disclose anything we don't want you to. Or it could be some factional war within the control group itself. Whether that's, Lockheed or, in Boeing, the private parts of the control group versus the government parts, or something else altogether. Let me know your favorite theories about what the mystery drones are and why they are here. And what do you think about the calls to shoot these things down? And do you think the government knows anything? It doesn't seem like they're telling the Congress people very much about it. Trump seems to think they know some stuff. I'm not persuaded that they really know what's going on. Benny is not sure either. I don't know. I think that somebody knows, because this is obviously a message to somebody, and that individual or that collection of individuals probably know. So whoever is sending this message knows, and whoever is receiving this message knows. So that's what I got, guys. This is such a perplexing, infuriating mystery. I just want to know what the hell's going on. I just want some answers, guys. I know you guys are in the same boat. Hey, maybe you have the answers. Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think about all this crazy madness. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe, share on social media, buy a t-shirt, become a channel member, and there's plenty of other videos on the channel. See you next time, guys. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.